Now that the giant banana that was sort of the star of the show of this garden for most of the summer is gone to its winter home, I find myself with a very large container here by the front door that needs some fall containering. Well, now that the giant banana that was sort of the star of the show here all summer long has gone to its winter home, I find myself with this great container by my front door empty. And since I'm used to that big banana here, it feels extra empty. So we need to fill this up for fall. So much like the other fall containers I did, my goal here is to do this on the cheap. And it's not even so much about not wanting to spend the money. It's about the fact that I'm just not thrilled with what's available to buy near me. So we're gonna get creative, reuse a lot of things out of the garden. I did buy a couple of things and I'll let you know what those are. So I've just refilled this pot with more of the Organic Mechanics container blend. I just topped off what came out of here with the banana and everything else that got removed. It ended up actually being almost an entire 2 cubic foot bag. This is what I've been growing in all year. Obviously, if you saw that banana, I think you'll know it worked out well. And the wonderful thing about this, I have no problem adding soil to this. By the way, this container, which is 36 by 36, is filled basically entirely with soil. There is some old soil in the bottom of it that I pulled out of other containers from previous years, but at least halfway up and more I filled with new soil. And the best thing about this peat-free mix that I use, you can reuse it every year. So this soil that I just put in here now, I'll use this next spring. I'll just keep topping it up as I need to. And I will add in some fertilizer, which I do anyway. But I don't need to do that now because of course these fall plants aren't gonna grow anywhere. So we're just gonna get into this. And I find myself needing some height and I have no height. So what I've done is I've dug up this big lacinato kale from the vegetable garden. This is a spring planted kale. This is how long it is. And you know, you can plant these cruciferous vegetables. You can plant their stems. So I'm actually going to try to bury the stem of this. This might look corny as heck, but we're going to give this a shot and just see what happens because I have no alternative plan. So my goal here is to try to get a decent depth on this, which is hard. And then we're gonna bury this basically as far as I can. I don't know how far I'll be able to get it down there. I should have probably not filled up the pot until after I put this in, but I didn't come up with this idea until about 3 seconds ago. Oh my God, this is potentially crazy and possibly ugly. Let's just pop it in there and stand back and see if this looks absurd. I don't even know if it'll stay upright, to be honest. Found a stake. I'm just gonna sort of, we'll have to make sure to put something in front of that to block the big stick. Okay. This guy put up a fight. This is a purple salvia that was growing in a pot with some easy wave petunias. It was really beautiful. The petunias have given up the ghost, but the salvia, sage, I'm sorry, it's sage, but salvia is sage. But the sage should do well for a while. They are really quite hardy. In fact, I've had, can you even see me here? They're really hardy. In fact, I've had sage over winter, regular sage, over winter many times here. So the purple leaf one, I don't think is perhaps quite as hardy, but should do just fine. Again, okay, now I'm gonna go kind of same colors here. We're gonna go kitty corner to that over here. I'm going to separate these. I have 2 of these asters and I'm going to separate these because the sage has ended up a little shorter than I thought it was going to. So let's tuck one of these in the corner. Actually, maybe I'll stick the other one in the, we're just gonna keep doing this kitty corner thing, I think. Okay, it's time to do more digging in the garden. Ta-da, Swiss chard. This is the Swiss chard I had growing in the front border there, which was sort of semi-successful. I like that quite a bit. I do have these two celosias, so we could tuck one right here maybe. I have a few of these little guys left from the other pot too. So maybe I'll just kind of slide one of those right in here. That's nice. This tiny little guy, I don't know where he's gonna land. Stick him over here. Oh, there we go. All right, you guys, what do we think? I think it's the goofiest container I've ever made in my life. And it is very full, which is saying something for a container that basically started with having nothing to put in it. I don't know about this, but it's certainly a conversation starter. And the rest of it, well, it's all very mostly edible. If I get hungry, I can just come out here and grab some kale or some Swiss chard, which I'll probably have to spray for deer, by the way, because they probably will go after this. But I think it's very harvesty and very fallish. And I have to say, if you're going to play around with a container and do something completely off the wall, which I think we can categorize this as completely off the wall, why not do it in a fall container? Because you're not going to be looking at it for too long. And this is a good time to experiment, right? All right, well, at least it was fun putting it together, right? All right, I will take your honest thoughts in the comments. If you hate it, if you think this is the corniest thing you've ever seen, I completely understand that. And if you think this is like on the good side of crazy, I'm kind of on board with that too. All right, I'll look forward to seeing what you say down there. Have a great one, guys.